Hello, hello, everyone. Hello, high-level listeners. Are you ready for some more English speaking practice? Today's video will help you ask for directions and give directions in English, fluently and confidently, helping you sound much more natural and help you take your English to the next level.
Yes, that's right. We imagine that you probably already know the basics of giving directions in English, like, where is the museum? Oh, go straight and turn left. But in real life, native speakers use a huge variety of different phrases that you can't always find in textbooks. Phrases and questions like, hi, sorry, I'm not totally sure where I am. Do you know where the museum is? Or giving directions like, turn right just before the Starbucks, then head up the road. You'll pass the train station on your right, and then City Hall is just after. Once you see it, you'll know.
Oh, if that was a little tricky to follow, don't worry. We're about to go through every question and phrase that you'll need to get and give directions in English fluently and confidently. By the end of this class, you'll be much more comfortable asking for help and giving help to native English speakers.
Yes, and like before in these classes, after each set of phrases, we'll have a quick dialogue to show you how it sounds in real life. So let's get started at the very start of a conversation between a lost visitor and a local person. So, Kat, how can you approach a local person and ask for help?
So, when starting a conversation, we have a couple of different phrases. You could start with, excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me is good for when you might be bothering or interrupting someone. So you might see two people talking and you're kind of waiting for them to stop. And when they do stop, you say, oh, excuse me, hi, sorry. Often with Americans, we often say both, excuse me and sorry, especially if we're needing help or asking for something. What about you, Mark? What do you normally say in the UK?
In the UK, we can say, excuse me, but I think the most common one is, sorry, sorry. Especially if you see someone walking, maybe they're looking at their phone and you want to interrupt them. Say, sorry, could you help me with something? Hi, sorry, could you help me with something? That's a polite way that will be familiar with native speakers in the UK. You would be interrupting, but you're doing it politely and nicely. Hi, sorry, could you help me with something?
Notice that we've been saying the word hi a lot. Some people think that hi is very informal. I don't think so. I think it's usually just a nice, little just hi, 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 excuse me, sorry. So I think it works perfectly for asking a complete stranger something. Now, I really like this one. It sounds very American. Could you help me real quick? Could you help me real quick? Real quick. Real quick. Now, normally we say really quick or even really quickly. But again, time is money. Americans move fast, fast. So could you help me real quick? Can you help me real quick?
Hi, sorry, could I ask you a quick question? Again, you're interrupting, but politely. Hi, sorry, could I ask you a quick question? Also, could is the polite form of can. So I'm trying to be polite. Could I ask you a quick question? The phrase real quick sounds really American. To me, I wouldn't say it. So in the UK, probably, hi, sorry, could I ask you a quick question?
Now, sometimes you want to introduce yourself a little bit. I'm not just some stranger on the street. You could say something like, oh, we're not from around here. We're not from around here. Or I'm not really from here. I'm not really from here. That means that you're probably visiting, you might be a tourist, or you're not used to the area. So you're about to ask them a question that hopefully they can answer for you. Hi, excuse me, sorry, I'm not from around here. And then continue.
Another question you could ask, if you see someone, and especially if you're in a busy area with lots of other tourists, you could ask, sorry, are you from here? Sorry, are you from here? Again, I'm not interested in where you're from or where you grew up. I want a local person with local knowledge. And if you are from here, you probably can help me. You probably have a better knowledge of the area. I don't want to talk to another tourist because they won't know directions either. So, sorry, are you from here? If they say yes, I will probably ask them for directions. If they say no, okay, sorry, and I will find someone else. So, sorry, are you from here?
There's another phrase that sometimes I hear my students say, do you live here? Do you live here? I think that's a bit of a personal question, so I would stick to, are you from here? It's more casual, and it kind of sounds like you're gonna ask me for some information about where I live, right? Are you from here? Because I need directions. Are you from here? Because I need to find a new place. So don't use, do you live here? Use, are you from here? Like Mark said. Another good one, if you are introducing yourself kind of as a tourist, you could say, oh, we're visiting the city. We're visiting the area. We're visiting the city. We're visiting the area. That kind of lets people know that you're probably a tourist and you need some help.
It's a little bit funny for me that Americans like to introduce themselves and say, I'm a tourist here, I'm here on vacation, and explain so much. Because in the UK, we don't really do that. Even if I'm a tourist, I won't introduce myself.
Really?
I assume the other person doesn't really care, or I just want to finish the conversation as quickly as possible and let them go on their way. So that said, the only phrase I could think of similar would be, this is the first time I've been here. So, hi, sorry, this is the first time I've been here. Could I ask you a quick question? British people also like to use the present perfect. So this is the first time I have been here. That could show that sometimes I am in England and I'm asking another English person, but I'm in another city. I can read all the signs and I understand everything, but I still need a bit of help. Maybe it's very crowded or busy, or there's some construction, so I can't see. So I could explain that, but this would be the most. This is the first time I've been here.
And a little bit simpler in what we usually say in American English, this is our first time here. This is my first time here. When I'm in America and I'm visiting a city I haven't visited before, I almost always go up to someone and say, this is my first time here, because I want some more information. Maybe you could let me know something interesting about the place, or you might feel sorry for me that I don't know something. And you say, oh, it's their first time here. It's okay. It's okay. So yeah, we often like to say, oh, we're tourists, or, oh, we're just visiting, because maybe that could be kind of a small talk intro and it might open up a conversation as well. Americans are always just starting conversations, starting small talk for sure.
So it's also a useful question in restaurants.
Yes.
Like, this is our first time here in a restaurant. That's kind of handy because they could explain the food to you if you don't know what's on the menu, or explain the process of serving food and ordering food. So that is useful in other places.
Yeah, because the server might come up and say, is this your first time here? Is this your first time here? And I would say, yeah, it's our first time. It's our first time. Or this is our first time here. Yeah. Okay, so we're at the end of our little expressions list. Now let's go ahead and hit the dialogue. So I'll go ahead and start, and we'll do a little back and forth with me and Mark. Hi, excuse me, sorry. Could you help me real quick?
Sure, yeah. What do you need?
Well, we're visiting the city, and this is our first time here. Do you know what the museum is?
Oh, sure. It's up the high street. Okay,
So actually, I wanted to add one quick thing, because right as I said it, I realized why we said it. So when we need help as Americans, we always kind of want to give an excuse why we need the help. Okay. So when I said, I'm lost. Well, we're visiting the city and this is our first time here. That's sort of my excuse as to why I need the help. That's actually why we
Oh,
usually say it, because it's not my fault. It's our first time here. We're visiting for the first time.
right. It's not because I'm dumb. It's not because I'm
Not
stupid.
because I'm
Like,
dumb. It's not because
it's my first time here. Give me a break. Okay, that
That's
makes sense.
exactly it. Right as I said it, I realized that's why we say it. That's why it's more common to say it like that.
Well, we'll go on to another set of expressions now. These are all different ways to say, I'm lost. I'm lost. You probably learned I'm lost or I'm confused in a textbook, but there's, again, a huge range of phrases that native speakers can use. The first one is, sorry, I'm a bit lost. Sorry, I'm a bit lost. Native speakers like to make problems small, especially when something's gone wrong. So a bit makes the problem smaller. Sorry, I'm a bit lost. British people also like to use a bit quite often. A bit lost is one. You can go the other direction and make it a little bit funny or dramatic. Sorry, I'm completely lost. Sorry, I am completely lost. This could almost be a little bit funny. It might make the other person smile. So that could be a nice icebreaker or a good way to start a conversation. You can be kind of dramatic. Sorry, I'm completely lost. Can I ask you a quick question?
Oh, very similarly, I quite like this phrase a lot. I'm a little turned around. Turn around. So we're going in the wrong direction. I'm a little turned around, which means I'm a little lost. Okay. I'm kind of lost. I'm kind of turned around. I'm kind of turned around. Now, because being turned around and being lost is negative, just like Mark said, we want to make our problems smaller, right? So I'm kind of lost, kind of turned around, kind of confused. We use kinda quite a bit in American English. Mark is a bit lost, a bit turned around, a little turned around, a little lost. Because these are negative words, we tend to use those little words with them to make it sound like the situation's not so bad, right? I'm a little turned around. I'm a little turned around.
The phrase turned around is not so common in the UK, but
Okay.
I know what it means. If someone said it to me, I would understand it. I probably wouldn't use it.
Okay.
Another phrase, I'm not totally sure where I am. I'm not totally sure where I am. I'm not totally sure. We like to use these words together. It's a natural phrase. I can't explain why we use it. These are just the words that come out naturally, instinctively. So if you say them too, you'll sound really familiar and really fluent to someone else. I'm not totally sure where I am.
Similarly, we do use this phrase, but I would say I'm not totally sure.
Ah,
Sure is very American. So we have another one. I think we took a wrong turn somewhere. I think we took a wrong turn somewhere. So to take a right, take a left, I think we took a wrong turn somewhere. Things were good. We were feeling good. I think we took a wrong turn somewhere. I think I took a wrong turn somewhere. That plain and simple means I'm lost. I'm not sure I'm going in the right direction. I think we took a wrong turn somewhere.
sometimes if you visit another city, that you might get a tourist map, a little map with all the big attractions on it, and you might use it to get around. I'm not sure where we are on the map. The map can be the tourist map I have in my hands. The map can also be the one on your phone. This would be useful if you approach someone and you have the tourist map in your hands and you open it for them and say, sorry, I'm not sure where we are on the map. And maybe the person can point to the exact street or the exact place you are and then help you figure out where you are and start going in the right direction. So if you have a map or something to look at, I'm not sure where we are on the map. Can you help me?
Perfect. I like that one. Our next one is we're having trouble finding. So we are looking for something, but we're having trouble finding something. Hey, we're having trouble finding a gas station. We're having trouble finding the museum. We're having trouble finding a pharmacy. Could you help me out? Could you help me real quick?
Another one. Am I anywhere near the library? Am I anywhere near the train station? Again, maybe because I'm British, we like to make fun of ourselves. Like when I said I'm completely lost, I'm kind of making a joke about myself being wrong. This is similar. Am I anywhere near the library? Anywhere means I could be next to it, or I could be on the wrong side of the city. I could be very far away. Anywhere kind of implies that joke. I am prepared to be completely wrong. Again, joking about yourself is more common in the UK, so you could say, am I anywhere near the train station? Or am I 20 kilometers away?
This is an interesting one, and I'm not even really sure why we set up the grammar like this exactly, but we can't seem to find the library. Someone told us where it is. We started going that direction, but we can't seem to find the library. We've been looking, but we can't seem to find it. So it appears that we cannot find it. We can't seem to find this. So if you have been looking around for something, hi, excuse me, sorry, we can't seem to find the museum. I saw some signs. We followed the signs, but we just can't seem to find it. Do you know where it is? So this is a good one for you've been looking, you thought you were following the directions, but you still can't seem to find it. It happens.
That's what it means to me. It's like, I followed the directions. Look, I followed the map, and it's not here. I can't seem to find it. Like, again, it's like, it's not my fault. I've been tricked. I've been lied to somehow. I did everything right. There's more excuses. Last one on my side. Do you know if the train station is around here? In a fast-paced, fluent speed, to another British person, I would say, do you know? As, do you know? Do you know if the train station's around here? Do you know if the ticket booth is near here? Do you know if? Do you know if is a closed question. The person could say, no, sorry, and just carry on. That's fine, I will ask someone else. But giving someone the option to say yes or no, I think is a bit more polite. It puts a bit less pressure on them. It gives them the chance to say no and carry on. That's fine. So do you know if the bus station is around here?
Right. So the last one for me is a little bit tricky with the grammar. So please pay attention to this one. We're not really sure where the gas station is. We're not really sure where the gas station is. Could you help us out? Could you help us? So I'm not sure where it is. I don't know where it is. This is not asking a question. It's making a statement. So, where is the train station? I don't know where the train station is. So, when we connect these two, is it a clause, Mark? Are these clauses?
It's a relative clause, isn't it?
And so, when we have the relative clause, where the train station is, where it is. I don't know where it is. I'm not sure where it is. Where is it? I'm not sure where it is. So instead of asking a question, we are making a statement. I don't know where it is. I'm so sorry. I don't know where this is. I'm not sure where this is. Can you help me, please?
Okay, so now we've done a set of phrases. Let's hear a dialogue using some of these phrases. I'll go first. Hi, sorry, are you from here? I'm a bit lost.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Yeah, I am. What do you need?
I think we took a wrong turn somewhere earlier. Is the train station around here?
Oh, the train station. Let's see. Where are we? Yeah. Okay. Well, you see that stop sign down there? Take a right and it's on that road.
Amazing. Thank you.
All right. So we're going to continue on asking for directions to specific places. Okay. So let's go ahead and ask for more directions. We're not really lost anymore, but we might just want some help. Hi, excuse me. Do you know where the nearest blank is? Hi, excuse me. Do you know where the nearest restaurant is? Do you know where the nearest gas station is? So, do you know where the nearest blank is? Where the nearest place is?
Could you help me find this address? Could you help me find this address? Again, could is the most polite way. Maybe I have my phone and I have an address. It could be a house number, an apartment number. Sometimes in the UK, houses have names, which is confusing. So only a local person might be able to help. Or maybe you don't have any signal because you're in the countryside or something. So if you have something written down, sorry, could you help me find this address?
Could you point me towards something? Okay. Could you point me? In other words, is it this way? Is it that way? I'm going to point, and then you can position yourself. All right. So, could you point me towards the restroom? This is a simple one. If you are in a restaurant, and of course, in America, we always have free public bathrooms, free public restrooms. Hi, could you point me towards the bathrooms? Could you point me towards the restrooms? So, in other words, which way? Where are they? Show me. Show me. Could you point me towards the, and then whatever place you want?
I like that one a lot. It's like, it's asking for the general direction. You don't have to be too specific. Just point me towards, and then I will go myself and I will find it. So you're not inconveniencing the other person a lot. I like that one. Another one, if you have a phone with a name of a place on it. Sorry, have you heard of this place? This place could be a restaurant, a coffee shop, or the name of a famous attraction. Sorry, are you from here? Yes? Okay. Have you heard of this place? And if they say yes, they can give you directions to it. But yeah, if it's the name of a restaurant, or if it's also something in a different language that's difficult to pronounce, if you're not comfortable pronouncing it, you can just show it on the phone and say, have you heard of this place? And that works.
Oh, you're right. That is great, especially when you look at the name and you think, I'm going to say this wrong. 100%, I cannot say this. Have you heard of this place right here? Because I don't. How do you say it?
Or even in the UK, sometimes I don't pronounce places right, or I learn
Yeah,
the correct way to say things. So yeah, that's an easy fix.
perfect. So this is a really simple one. Is there a cafe nearby? Now, this works well for very general things. A cafe. I don't really care which coffee shop, honestly. I just need a cafe. I would like a coffee. So, is there a cafe nearby? Is there a seafood restaurant nearby? Is there a pharmacy nearby? And we say a cafe, a restaurant, a pharmacy, any of them. I don't really care. I don't really care. Now, if I'm asking for a museum, that's any museum. But if I'm asking for the museum, then that's a very specific one, maybe the most famous one. So this sentence is more for general things: a pharmacy, a restaurant, a coffee shop, a parking lot, something like that. Is there a parking lot nearby? Nearby and close by, we can use both of those pretty much the same. Sometimes I say close by, sometimes I say nearby. I don't think it really matters.
My next one, Do you know if this is the right way to the museum? Again, to say it quickly, full speed. Do you know if this is the right way to the museum? So maybe I'm going the way I think is correct according to my map or from my directions. I want to double check. Do you know if this is the right way to the museum? So I look like I'm trying. I'm trying to figure it out myself, but I need some confirmation just to make sure I'm going the right way. Is this the right direction to the museum? Is this the right train to the museum? Is this the right bus to the museum? Do you know if this is the right way to the museum?
Mark talked about this earlier. It's very common to have a little tourist map or a little guide map or something in your guidebook. And if you have a quick question, could you show me on the map where we are? Could you show me on the map where we are? So I'm going to open up my map, even on my phone, and maybe your phone isn't connecting for some reason. The little dot is not moving. Or if you have your physical map, you could say, sorry, could you show me on the map where we are? Could you show me on the map where we are?
My last one. Do you know how far it is to the museum? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know how far it is to the museum? Okay, maybe I'm walking in a city and I've already been walking for like 20 minutes. I see someone coming towards me. I say, hi, sorry, do you know how far it is to the museum? And they say, oh, it's 5 minutes. You're like, oh, thank goodness. Okay. Maybe if you're hiking up a mountain and you think you're near the top and you're ready to take a break and rest and you see hikers coming down, say, hi, do you know how far it is to the top? Or do you know how far it is to the rest stop? And they can tell you. So sometimes that can give you a bit of motivation to keep going if you're close. Or you might stop here, take a taxi or take a break and do the rest of the journey. Do you know how far it is to the museum?
Perfect. And also, if you are asking maybe someone at your hotel, do you know how far it is to the museum? Oh, yeah, it's only 20 minutes or it's only 10 minutes away. Then you can kind of decide, okay, maybe I'll take a taxi, maybe I'll just walk, right? Perfect. So I like this one. How close is the nearest gas station? Now, we changed to nearest. We can also say closest, but you would have to say how close is the closest gas station. So it's better to switch them up a little bit. How close is the nearest gas station? Oh, it's about 20 minutes away. Ooh, okay, that's maybe a bit too far. How close is the nearest restaurant? An hour. Ooh, okay, I'll bring some snacks.
Yeah, where
So
are you?
how close could be time that it takes you to get there or distance. How close is it? About 20 miles. How close is it? About 45 minutes. So we usually can answer that question in minutes or in mileage in the United States or kilometers.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right, so we are on to our dialogue. Let's have a quick back and forth discussion using some of these phrases. I'll start. Hi, excuse me. I'm not totally sure where we are on the map. Could you point me towards the main square?
Oh, yes, of course. You're not far away, actually. Just go down this street a little more and it's on your right.
Thanks so much. It's our first time here. We were a little turned around. Thank you so much for your help.
No worries.
Okay, so now if someone asks you for directions, you can give them directions. Now, there's lots of different ways that we say these phrases, but we're going to group them into the most basic. Let's start with turning left and turning right. In American English, we have lots of different ones. Take a right here. Take a left here. Swing a right here. Swing a left here. Make a right. Make a left. It's a right at the stop sign. It's a left at the stop sign.
Another thing we do in English, we can say go up and go down. And it depends on if you're going uphill on an incline or going down on a decline or downhill. So in my hometown, there is a big hill in the center. If you are at the bottom, I say go up the hill and you'll see it. Also, if you're already on the top and you want to go down, I say go down the hill and you'll see it. But this is true for all roads. Go up the road, even if it's a small incline. Go down the road if it's a small decline.
So also, instead of going straight, we often use the word head. Head means go. So head down the road for south or going down. Head up the road for going up or for going north. Okay, so head up this road. Head down this road. Another way to say go straight, follow. Follow this road. Follow this street. It's down this road. It's up this road. Similarly, go straight. It's down this road. It's down this street. It's up this road. It's up this street.
Sometimes you might make a mistake and you need to go back where you were and return from the same direction. In this case, when I say go up or go down, I will put go back up and go back down. In the UK, you can use head as well, so head back up or head back down. You might talk to someone and say, if you go back up this road, you'll see it. Or maybe you walked past it and you just didn't notice. Someone might say, you've gone past it. You'll have to go back down. Or you've missed it, I'm afraid. You'll have to go back the way you came. Or it's back the way you came, I'm afraid. That means it's behind you. You've missed it.
Now, something that's a little bit confusing in English. We use the word right for a few things. Right can mean correct. Right can mean turn right. And right can also mean directly or very, 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 very close. Okay? So if I say it's right behind you, that means if I turn around, it's right there, meaning it is directly behind me. It is very, 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 very closely behind me. It's right in front of the museum. That means don't go far. It's right in front of the museum. It's directly in front of the museum. Right here. Right here. I've got my keys right here. Right here. Take a right, right here. Take a left, right here.
Oh, I like that one. Yeah, take a right, right here. Yeah, left, right here. Or go right, right here. Yeah, in taxis, sometimes in the backs of taxis, it's easy to get confused. I can also use an image on my phone, or if I've got a map on my phone, it's right here, and I can point at a street or a location. Yeah, the coffee shop you want, it's right here, exactly here. You can also say, it's right as you come to the entrance. It's very, very close to the entrance. It's right as you come to the entrance. It's right as you get off the train. So when you get off the train on the platform, it's right there. It's very close. Or it's right as you come out of the airport. That doesn't mean turn right. It means it is very, very close. So look in all directions because it's right there, but look around.
So here's another quick dialogue. Hi, excuse me, are you from around here?
I am, yes. Do you need any help?
Could you help me find this address? It's supposed to be an art gallery.
Yes. You've gone past it, I'm afraid. Head back down the road and turn right at the traffic lights. You'll see it right there.
Okay, so just down the road and a right at the stop sign. Okay, got it. Thanks.
Okay, so one more set. Now we're going to give directions in a more specific way in reference to other places. So when you've got one place and your destination is close to it, this can be really helpful. Kat, would you like to start this one?
Yes, absolutely. We use this quite a bit when we have something big in mind or something that we know about. In America, we often reference things like McDonald's, Starbucks, Target, Walmart, because most people know where those things are in your neighborhood. So then it makes it easier to give you directions from there. You know the train station? It's right next to it. You know where the big bridge is? It's right in front of that. You see the McDonald's down there? Take a left from there. When you hit the Chinese restaurant, take a left. So restaurants, places, tourist attractions, we usually will start there and then move you along from there. That makes it easier so we don't have to give you 10 different directions just to get to a place you already know about.
I like when you hit the restaurant. Hit is not hit, but it's reach. When you reach the restaurant, when you hit the restaurant, I like that.
When you get there, when you arrive at that place.
Yeah, not something I'd say in the UK, but I understand it and I like it.
And you like it.
Yeah. My set of phrases are a slightly different structure, but it's the same thing. When you arrive at a place, you are close to your destination. So I'm using that as a reference. As you approach the roundabout, you'll see a sign for it. As you come out of the exit, you'll see the bus stop on your right. As in these sentences means when. So when you come out, as you come out is the same thing. Another one, as you get off the bus, you'll see people selling tickets outside. Or you'll see a church, then turn left, and you'll see it right in front of you. So let's do a quick dialogue with these phrases. Sorry, could I ask you a quick question?
What do you need?
I'm trying to find this restaurant. Have you heard of it?
Oh, that place. Sure. You see the bank down there? It's right next to it. As you come up to it, you'll see it.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we are finishing up the conversation. So basically, you can go from start, middle, and finish with this entire video. And we're going to tie up the conversation, finish it up, and say goodbye. Did you need help with anything else? Hope you find it. Hope you find what you're looking for. You can't miss it. It'll be obvious once you get there. Good luck.
My phrases. If I give you a lot of directions, a lot of turns and references, do you think you can remember all that? Do you think you can remember all that? A short version. Got all that? It's have you got all that, but we take away the first two. Got all that? There are signs for it everywhere. If you're given directions to a famous place, yeah, don't worry. There are signs for it everywhere. Once you get closer, you'll see signs for it. Once you see it, you'll know. Maybe you're visiting a very iconic building with some unique architecture like the Shard in London or the pyramids in Egypt. Once you see it, you'll know. You won't be lost at that point. So we've gone through a whole massive list of phrases to help you with directions. Let's put it all together in one final dialogue that'll go from start to finish using some of these expressions. So, hi, sorry, I'm a bit lost. Am I anywhere near City Hall?
City Hall, sure. It's not too far away. You know the main train station?
No, not really. Sorry, it's my first time here.
Oh, no worries. Okay. You see the Starbucks up the road?
Yes, I see that.
So you'll swing a right before the Starbucks, then head up the road about 3 or 4 blocks. You'll pass the train station on your right, and then City Hall is just after. It'll be obvious once you get there. Sorry, did you get all that?
I think so. Thank you so much.
Did you need help with anything else?
No, I think I'm all right. Yes, thank you very much. Goodbye.
Good luck. Hope you find it.
Okay, there you go. A full conversation and a really, really big collection of natural sounding, fluent and familiar phrases to help you ask for directions and give them as well in English. We hope that you found this useful. And remember, if you become a high level listening member, you'll get the full PDF transcript of this episode, which you can download and take offline. You can find the details about that in the description below to join us.
That's right. We love hearing from you, and we do read and reply to every comment we receive on YouTube. So we'd also like to hear from you. How do you get to some of the big tourist attractions in your area? Is it easy for tourists to get around your city without help? Let us know in the comments. Thank you so much for joining us once again, and we'll see you very soon.
Bye bye.